You know, when Moses was taking all the congregation before the mountain of the Lord, right? And then, because it's like he got sick of their whining or something, and then the Lord's like, bring them to me, because they wanted to hear from the Lord. They didn't believe Moses, because Moses heard from the Lord, but then they whined about what the Lord told Moses. And so they brought the whole congregation before the mountain. And they said, don't have sex with your wives for 3 days, and sanctify yourselves. And then they went before the mountain, and the dark gloom came upon the mountain, and the Lord spoke through his might and fire, and then the people got scared, right? So every time you, a chosen one, are walking this narrow path, you are a frequency to not only your own temple, but to everyone around you, especially in this connected world. And most of the world is going to perish because they're mockers and scoffers. They just don't want to choose the light. But those mockers and scoffers are going to be obsessed with the ones who carry the light. So you need to imagine that you are like a personal vice on someone's temple. And truth is truth and lies are lies, right? But everybody feels the fire. It's just very few can stay in the fire and walk out of the fire, right? And so I've been hit by fake fire, Revelation 13 fire, real fire, blue, green, purple, red fire. For me, it's different because I have a lot of people who are trying to mirror me. And so it's just kind of like, that's why I try to say, like, leave me alone, you know? So as you're pursuing your path, dude, you have to quit being so soft because you are so hard on the truth. You're going to be a tormenting vice to those who hate truth. And you're going to be a fiery vice to those who love it. Right? They're going to embrace it. Like Jesus said, if they listen to me, they'll listen to you. If they hate me, they'll hate you. So he was truth. So if you're speaking truth, or he is truth, there's no was, he is. And like when I'm walking right now, I envision my enemies. And this could be good or bad, I don't know. That's for you, the YouTube world, to micro-calculate on me. But I don't really care what you guys think, because you're not my 2 feet. You know, you don't have these same pillars I have. I got them. Right? And so I look at my enemies, like sometimes I'll envision all the wicked governments and kings of the nations watching me. And I imagine I'm a vice to their temple, and I give them what truth is. Even if it's going to torment them, I'm going to just drive it in those temples as deep as I can go, you know? And so, because that's the reality of what happens, you know, but we can't be soft anymore, you know? Like sometimes we'll try to stop a fight because we're like sensitive, we're like, oh no. But sometimes it's like you got to drive that truth in. And that is the beauty of it, man. Because to the witch and the warlock or the person in sin that needs to change, that's going to be a vice they don't want. Right? That's why they mock and scoff. Because a vice is what creates that, oh, what are you talking about? This and that. And you know, that's when you got to smile like the gladiator and just keep on pushing forward anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because my enemies, they want me to join them and become the tormentors, and I turn them down cold because, you know, I've already embraced the truth, and no thank you. And once you've embraced that truth, dude, going out of it is a total sellout move. Because if you've been enlightened by truth, integrity, joy, peace, life, you're not part of the small talk all day long crew. You are real, capital R-E-A-L. And for you to forfeit that and go backwards, could you imagine what a fake and meaningless life that would be at that point? It'd be horrible. So sometimes you got to say no to certain contracts, you know? But you are a vice. So today, put that vice on your enemies in a loving way, and you just pulsate your truth frequency, man. The Bible is the sharpest truth on planet Earth. or the universe, because it's spoken from the mouth of God. And so that is the vice that really moves and pushes, where people are begging you for another 3.5 years and months, you know, because they didn't want to change and stuff like that. But that's okay. Or you got those vices, you know, to try to diffuse the holy connection, right? And here comes another one. It might be real, might be fake. Most of this stuff is theater, so. But guys, push it. Push the vice, man. Even when it's hot and you're sweating and burning alive. I mean, sometimes when you're burning alive, this is the best vice you could be in your whole life. Sometimes your whole life was to burn alive in the truth. And that's going to be a lot of your enemies' ending headaches. At least 7,000 of them anyway. Because they'll drop immediately. You know what I'm saying? Amen.